What's that? Oh, when you pour alcohol on fresh pork, it just so happens that parasites pop up from the meat.
This dude in Pennsylvania got caught with over 100 skeletal remains in his home.
We now know who was in a mysterious plane crash in Maine, and when I tell you it's suspect.
Trees have officially started to explode because it is so cold up north right now.
I am home alone with 2 cats. They don't have hands. I did not do that.
Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, we'll be reacting to disturbing and mysterious videos that'll make you question everything. If anyone's new out there, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it.
Bro, 2026 needs to chill out. India are now battling an outbreak of a virus called Nipah, and it's triggered so much concern that various countries across Asia like Nepal, Taiwan, and Thailand have reintroduced screening procedures at their airports so it doesn't enter their countries. When will it end? Now, this comes after hundreds of people were potentially exposed to this disease at a private hospital in West Bengal earlier this month. And while Nipah virus isn't anything new and it's been around for decades, it's causing concern because of its high death rate ranging from 40 to 75%. And even worse, there is zero treatment or cure for it. But the good news is that it isn't as contagious as other airborne diseases. It can only be spread amongst humans through close contact like bodily fluid or exposure to infected animals. That being said, the WHO does list this as part of their top priority diseases. So yeah, India, please, we're counting on you to take care of this one.
Oh, hell no. We need to send our best over there like ASAP. Have y'all seen India's holidays? Guys, we might be cooked.
I want you to listen to this and then tell me what you hear. Okay, ready? Okay. What do you hear?
Alien, like...
Just like robots, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play you another sound. It's gonna change you forever.
Okay.
Ready?
It was a sunny day and the children were going to the park.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you heard that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna replay the other sound.
Okay.
And tell me what you hear.
It was a sunny day and the children were going to the park.
Oh! You hear the voice now! You hear the voice now!
How do you know it was just manipulated?
That was the original audio.
Oh, that was the... Are you sure,
That's the
though?
original audio. I can play the beginning.
Let me try it again.
Okay, ready?
Okay. I hear it.
And you hear it.
I hear it. I still hear
and
it.
you can never not hear it anymore. So what this does, it changes your brain because it gave you more information. And now you're subconsciously listening and it's hinting at those noises for you to listen.
Crazy.
Now, this is where it gets scary.
Okay.
Because that's exactly what's being played to us every single day.
What you
with
mean?
Music, with news, with media.
Yeah, so in other words, your brain was the filter the entire time. That's not audio distortion, that's your perception being exposed.
Yo, so tell me why I'm rewatching Avatar right now and I see this shit, bro. Just wait. Just wait. It's right here. Watch what the... You're about to... Let me get the remote. Let me get the remote. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Boom, mother... What is that? What is that? Yo. Nah. That's crazy.
So the fact that you can find it doesn't bother me. The fact that it's there does. Remember, guys, hidden symbols always feel harmless until they don't.
The hum has dated back for more than 4 years. Residents in West Haven and surrounding neighborhoods have been dealing with this constant and intermittent hum that has now occurred pretty much every night. Despite the complaints, the source has been unidentified. It seems that we have now identified where it most likely has been coming from. People have been experiencing disruption with our sleep, increased stress, difficulty concentrating, and just a decline in our overall well-being. In addition, it has affected I can speak for, it has affected my pets as well, which has not really been brought to anybody's attention, but it has noticed definitely restlessness and anxiety within my animals. It's like they had said, it's just not audible. It's definitely a vibration that we can feel in our homes.
Could you imagine trying to sleep while something you can't even identify is just there? That's not a nuisance. That's psychological torture.
There was a period of time where I was in the cult. I'd been told that I had the vampire blood and that was why I was sick all the time. The people in the cult are telling me that the reason that I'm not remembering these nighttime visits where I'm getting vampire blood is because my memory's getting wiped. This one night I go to sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night and my foot hits this like shape on the end of my bed. And at the end of my bed, I see this like person. And immediately, part of me is like, hell yeah, this is what I was asking for. And the second thing that happens is like primal extreme fear just washes over me. I'm watching this thing and it starts to move and like crawl up the bed toward me. And I suddenly don't feel scared anymore. It's like this thing knew that I was terrified. And it was like a psychic anesthetic got shot into me somehow. And then I just start getting extremely tired. And my brain is screaming like, no, stay awake. And I fell asleep. And I wake up the next morning. The door to my room is still closed. My bedside lamp is on. And I woke up with a bruise on my neck. Looks like a bite mark.
Waking up with missing time is scary enough. Never mind adding bite marks to the equation. And speaking of vampires...
So this is a photo that was taken over the weekend, I believe, at a vampire bar in New Orleans. If you guys are new here, I speak about vampires all the time. So what we have a picture of here is an actual immortal vampire. This is a vampire that has skipped over the second passing and has achieved immortality. If you have ever read the book by John Greer that I always recommend named Monster, this is exactly what he describes a immortal vampire to look like. You see, there's two different types of vampires. There's mortal vampires that are participating in Luciferian rituals in order to achieve immortality, and there's vampires that have gone through the immortality ritual in order to skip over the second passing because they feel as though their job on Earth is not done. As you can see, a vampire looks very different from a ghost, and I'm going to explain why. Immortal vampires will mostly have more structure and look more human than an actual ghost. They come through as very fleshy, bright, misty, etheric energy, whereas ghosts cannot hold the same form. Before anybody gets freaked out, immortal vampires are also very, very rare, especially in the United States. If you guys are ever traveling to New Orleans, Salem, Massachusetts, they have these vampire bars all around there. So please be careful. And I also have seen them start popping up in Tampa, in Los Angeles, and in New York City.
Seems like someone watched True Blood one too many times. If immortality is real, I can almost guarantee you it's not hanging out at a themed bar.
Trees have officially started to explode because it is so cold up north right now. Yeah, I am not kidding. So for those of you that did not see, the other day there was actually a warning being issued out to people that live in the northern part of the United States that there is a chance that it will get so cold that trees will literally start to explode. And that is exactly what is happening right now. Many people are starting to spread videos across social media of them recording a tree that literally explodes because it is so cold. Now, I genuinely had no idea that this was even possible for it to be so cold that trees literally explode. But yeah, it is 100% real. It is happening. Many people are making videos about it on social media. And it is just like, honestly, unbelievable to watch. So I guess if you live in the northern part of the United States right now, just be careful if you're standing next to trees or anything like that, because there's a good chance that it just could randomly explode and you don't really want to be around a tree when it explodes, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely very interesting, and I'm just really curious to know your thoughts about all of this.
Well, I definitely didn't have exploding trees on my 2026 bingo card. The scariest part? I genuinely can't tell if this is real anymore.
Y'all, they're actually feeding this storm that's coming. Look right there. Okay, above the clouds, they're spraying. And they're actually feeding this storm. So they're all above those clouds spraying. You see all that? Okay, and listen, man, Satan is the prince of the power of the air. You can see demon faces in these clouds. Yeah, that's all engineered 100% by the devil. You know, Jesus calms the storms, though. So, look at that.
Yeah, the scariest part isn't even a theory. It's how convincing it looks. Once you decide it's intentional, every line in the sky starts looking guilty AF.
This is a crazy optical illusion. It just looks like a photograph of 3 girls getting coffee, but there's actually a concealed face somewhere in this image. Now, most people can't see the face straight away, so here's a tip. Close your eyes until they're almost shut. Really squint your eyes. That should make the face come into focus. Once you can see it, hit like and let me know whose face you can see in the comments below. Share this one with a friend so they can try it as well, and follow for more weird illusions just like this one.
Yo, mind officially blown. Did y'all see it? If y'all saw it, let me know down below.
Have you noticed how strangely cats react to Egyptian music? On TikTok, this has already turned into a real trend. Owners play ancient melodies for their pets, and the cat's behavior changes instantly. They freeze, start listening closely, and slowly move toward the source of the sound. Some lie down nearby and stay completely still until the music ends, while others begin to softly meow, as if entering into a strange dialogue with the melody. In the comments, many people say it feels like these sounds aren't unfamiliar to cats, as if they've heard them somewhere long ago. This often brings up an interesting historical fact. In ancient Egypt, cats were considered sacred animals and were believed to be connected to the gods and the afterlife. What's especially curious is that owners insist no other music triggers the same reaction. Neither classical pieces, modern hits, nor nature sounds have the same effect. That's why more and more people are asking, is this simply about specific frequencies that cats' ears perceive differently? Or is there really some kind of ancient memory awakening in them?
This dude in Pennsylvania got caught with over 100 skeletal remains in his home.
What?
Yes.
I did not hear about this. What the hell are you talking about, bro?
So, this dude, Jonathan Gerlach, lives in Pennsylvania by himself. I think he has a fiance. A lot of neighbors started noticing that there would be hella flies outside of his house.
Ew.
When I say hella flies, like every window has like 30 flies banging on his window, trying to get into his house. And a lot of his neighbors started saying that they started seeing bodies, skeletons in this dude's home. Like, I'm talking about like hanging from the ceiling of his house. Like, he has like full skeletons hanging from the ceiling of his house and his garage and stuff.
What?
On January 6th, they catched this dude red-handed leaving a cemetery with a bag of bones.
So was he stealing remains from cemeteries?
Yes.
For what?
They said since like last November,
he's been doing this for like a year?
He's been doing this for how long? They found out that this dude has been selling the skeletons or the bones of these people.
Online?
Like, he has a whole Instagram page.
Wow.
No way he's selling the bones on Instagram.
Yes. When they caught him with children's skeletons. Children bones. So after they caught him stealing the bones from the cemetery, they got a warrant to go to his house. And that's where they found all the skeletons and all the bones in his home. They said that some of them were literally hung up from the ceiling.
Bro.
Like full skeletons that he had like put together. His fiance comes out and tells them that he has a storage unit.
And he has more in there.
They said that he had almost like 80 bodies.
What?
And he was selling these.
He was selling them. Like, his page has so much posts and they're damn near all about selling skulls and human bones. But this dude Jonathan pretty much got arrested for this, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna go to jail for a long time because he was robbing hella graves.
Selling human remains on Instagram is probably the most cursed sentence I've heard in years. 80 bodies is not a hobby. That's a full-blown operation.
Check this out. Meta just invented artificial fingers. It's called Digit 360. That little blue light is a super advanced digital fingertip. So when it touches an item, it can sense and react just like a human would. For example, if it touches something prickly, it can recoil. Or if it picks up something super delicate, it can understand and adjust its pressure. It's pretty nuts. But here's one of the craziest use cases. Digital fashion. In the future, brands could take a version of Digit 360, run it across their clothing, and then transmit the feeling of that material digitally. Because the sensor can read up to 18 different attributes. Things like texture, material, thread count, or density. So you could be at home wearing mixed reality glasses, see what the piece looks like, and then if you're wearing haptic gloves, reach out, touch the piece, and feel the fabric, all from your couch. This will create an entirely new virtual shopping category, where brands could build out unique physical experiences in the digital world. Now this is a bit of a futuristic example, but you get the point. Digit 360 could also give incredible functionality to prosthetics. If someone has these on the end of an artificial arm or leg, in theory, it could send more accurate signals through their nervous system about what they're feeling. Meta's working to scale manufacturing on this right now, and I bet this will create an entirely new category of embodied experiences.
Yeah, figures. Meta cures touch and immediately uses the tech to sell more clothes. Like you didn't want to start with the amputees first?
Celebrities are using liquid crystal technology to be able to shapeshift and change. That's the claim of this YouTuber whose name is Offshoot1008, and he does some amazing painstaking work. His belief is that there is a technology that they use in their hair and they put on their skin, and that essentially allows them, a bit like a chameleon, that's how chameleons are able to change. So it's a real thing. These reptiles are already doing it. So if we took it a step further, why wouldn't a reptilian race have the ability to shapeshift as well using this liquid crystal technology? And if you can see in his videos, if you want to go ahead, take a look, is on YouTube, you can actually see when he slows it down, you can see the eyes change when they open their mouth, weird anomalies. Now this is a really good, I just wanted to pick up on this one and let you know about this guy on YouTube in case you weren't aware, because it seems a lot of people are interested in the anomaly of so many celebrities looking alike and glitching.
Once you believe people can, I don't know, morph, every before and after shot is nothing but suspicious. The real dystopia is how fast we stop trusting reality.
We now know who was in a mysterious plane crash in Maine, and when I tell you it's suspect. First, let's go over the weird chain of events. It took off from landing and only lasted about 40 seconds in the air before it turned upside down and people heard a boom, an explosion. Trust me, it gets really weird. We have a lot of instances to get into. Here's the explosion sound. So get this part. That plane was from Texas, and it was a bunch of anti-ICE, a bunch of anti-federal government people who put $10 million into fighting the federal government over the immigration thing. But wait, there's more. What if I told you this was not a one-off problem? Completely unrelated 1,000,000%. Do you remember when South Carolina judge Diana Goodstein's house was burning down and they're all in politics basically? So now I'm sure you're wondering, what was going on before this house went into flames? They were fighting the federal government. She filed a restraining order, and what it was doing was fighting the DOJ from getting all of our personal records here in this state. Remember, their whole family was in politics. Then their house went in flames and they had to jump off the balcony. Of course, the restraining order against the DOJ is completely irrelevant and not related to the house burning at all. Nothing graphic in this picture whatsoever, I blocked it out. I've showed you in old videos. This is the third or fourth very weird, strange thing to randomly happen. Something strange is going on. Rationalize it all you want. Well, sure, rationalize it. We all know it's completely normal. Nothing related here.
Guys, a crash is horrific on its own. It doesn't need some secret motive to be disturbing. This is how uncertainty turns into paranoia. What the hell? No, thank you.
Putting two mirrors facing each other is not a great idea, ever. It can create vortexes and invite things in, and just no. I'm definitely not one of those people that do anything when it comes to mirrors. I know that there's all sorts of witchy things that you can do with mirrors, even supposedly like make yourself be a better person by looking into your own eyes and speaking to yourself and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, just mirrors is the one thing I don't mess with.
What's that? Oh, when you pour alcohol on fresh pork, it just so happens that parasites pop up from the meat. What? Tell me more! people are pouring alcohol on pork, and parasites are popping up all over the place from the meat, and we are eating this food. But what's crazy is things go even a little bit deeper with this, because when people are Googling things, for example, such as what meat tastes identical, if you will, to human meat, what pops up there is pork. Okay. Now, this may not be correlated in any way at all, but also, why do so many humans happen to have parasites? I'm sure these have nothing to do with one another, though. Let's have a great weekend. Okay.
And you know what else kills parasites? 450 degrees. Cooking exists for a reason, guys. Either way, I am holding off on pork for a hot minute or two.
There's an object locked behind glass in Europe that museum staff refuse to touch because they believe it's still aware. In a German museum and later referenced by the Imperial Treasury of Vienna, there's a small glass like crystal that most people scroll past without realizing what it's supposed to contain. Inside this glass is a humanoid figure, perfectly preserved, arms raised almost like it's frozen mid-movement. And according to accounts, this object dates back to the 17th century when priests claimed they trapped a non-human entity during an exorcism. Not destroyed, not banished, but vitrified, turned into glass. But what makes this disturbing isn't just the story, it's the warning attached to it. Curators allegedly said the glass must never be broken, not because it would escape, but because it's listening. Some historians believe this was an early attempt to physically contain something non-physical. Similar trapped entities appear in records across Europe, all centuries apart, all described the same way. And if it's fake, why has it never been publicly tested? Because if it's real, breaking the glass might not be the danger, acknowledging it might be.
Anytime staff at a museum refuses to touch something, my brain immediately gets suspicious. That's either a relic or a very effective story.
Is that an artificial moon? Yes, yes, absolutely. It's Sol's our moon. Our moon's artificial, completely artificial. It was brought here from Ursa Minor, apparently between 11 and 12,000 years ago. For the purpose of being a satellite in a base, which they evacuated some time ago, but it's now being operational again. And I covered this in the series of 8. It came from a star system called Chata. That's for a word. That's the word they used, Chata, and it was the 17th planet out of a solar system that had 21 planets, and it was one of 4 moons, and it was brought here. It is older than the Earth. There are ruins all over it. There are bases underneath it. It's everything that we're told that it isn't. So that's a whole unique story unto itself.
I love how all these space theories seem to always skip the how part. The scariest thing isn't the fake moon, it's how confident people sound saying it.
These people got nothing, so they'd find out that a way to make good money is to abuse their kids on a live stream for money. So they would set up big desktop computer in a room and they'd advertise the live stream, and loads of people would start joining it. They'd pay a fee to be in there, and then they'd pay extra fees to say, right, I want you to do this next. They were making more money in one session than they do in a year.
Red rooms are just urban legends, and I definitely don't want you to Google Peter Scully and look at the things that he was doing in the Philippines and look at where he got his clientele from, for you then to discover that this man got all of his paying clients off the dark web, and he did all the sick and evil things that you would define as a red room. I wouldn't want you to do that, no, because like I say, it's just an urban legend. And like they say, there's nothing unique in this world, so where there's one, there's many. But anyway, let's all go back to sleep. This was just a bad dream.
Real crimes are horrific enough. We don't need these urban legends stacked on top. This is one of those stories that survives because it's terrifying, not because it's proven.
On today's episode of That's Suspicious.
That's suspicious.
When I was watching the Golden Globes, the only thing I could think is that Leonardo DiCaprio looked like Jack Nicholson. So I started down the rabbit hole. Did you know that this is who Leonardo DiCaprio says is his dad? This is a picture of Jack Nicholson's son. Here is some pictures of Leonardo DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson. Now, did you know that they were neighbors, so close that they could walk to each other's house? When Leo was little, he used to go play over at Jack Nicholson's house. Jack Nicholson gave him advice on acting, gave him advice on women. Leonardo DiCaprio's mom would have been exactly 30 when she got pregnant with him. So, after digging deep into the internet, I find out that she once said in an article that that was not Leo's biological father, but that she met him when she was pregnant and they were married. So, who is Leo's real dad? I think he needs an ancestry test. What do you think?
I love how anytime two celebrities vaguely resemble each other, the internet calls Maury. Remember, guys, mentor does not automatically mean secret father.
All right, you guys are not going to believe this. This lady took this in Rio de Janeiro of this waterfall, and this man seems to appear out of nowhere. Check this out. Look at this. Right here. And then goes back in as soon as he sees the camera. Now, the reason I don't think this is fake is because there's a bunch of people that are like, oh my God, did you see that in the original video? And we're in this time and era where AI is coming out so they can be covered up and people could say it's fake very easily. But all these mystical creatures that were talked about for so long are starting to surface, and people are taking videos of them, finding them, and then people are just saying it's fake. So I don't know. But if this is real, what would it be? And do you think that this might be an authentic video? I think it could be. I don't doubt anything, to be honest, but we'll see. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, follow for more hidden truth.
I don't know. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's a shadow. Who knows? Either way, I'm not swimming there. I don't like anything that notices a camera and immediately dips.
This is why you always lock your doors. In 2023, a disturbing Ring doorbell video was posted by an Airbnb owner from Nashville, Tennessee. It's late at night when all of a sudden her Airbnb guests are visited by a strange figure holding a knife. The person seems to be in a manic state. They frantically look around the area for a key as they try to break in. Unable to do so, she moves upstairs and continues checking to see if there's any doors unlocked. Kay, who's the Airbnb owner, posted an update, explained that the police was called in, but she doesn't have any updates to whether this individual was apprehended or not. This is a safe reminder to always keep your doors locked.
Just to see that and to see, you know, if your door would have been unlocked, like what could have happened. Nobody was hurt in that apartment complex. People did call the police. It was a woman. So they did call the police on her.
Was it?
I don't know what was done after that, but that just, you know, gives me more clarification to never leave your key underneath the mat. You know, never walk in and just leave your door cracked or unlocked. Always lock your door behind you. Always be aware, you know, be aware of your surroundings.
I mean, I thought that went without saying. Lock your doors in the middle of the night and don't leave them open. But I guess some people need that daily reminder. If you thought that one was bad, check this one out.
On April 19th of 2025, this video was uploaded to TikTok by a user named Christine. And in the video, the on-screen text gives us the context. And it explains how her father had set up a Ring camera because every night at 2 a.m. without fail, he would hear loud crashing noises outside of his apartment. And after reviewing the footage, he sees his neighbor. But what happens next is truly bizarre.
Oh, hell no.
You can see the neighbor, seemingly for no reason at all, slamming the door multiple times, almost in a trance-like state. And many people did not believe Christine, claiming that she set this up for views. So she uploaded another video to prove that this was a ritual that happened every night.
Because what, he does it twice in a row? Weirdo.
Now it should be noted that the comments had many theories. Some suggested he was sleepwalking. while others suggested he was sundowning. And for those that don't know, sundowning is a late-day spike in confusion or agitation, which is often seen with people that have dementia. Regardless, Christine did make one final update, and she explained how the man must have seen her viral video because he came back and screamed profanities into the camera. But sometime later, he came back once again and left an apology note on the door, making this already strange encounter even more bizarre.
In the apology letter, he did state that he has been going through a rough patch and that he didn't mean to cause any harm to any one of his neighbors. He never mentioned why he was slamming the door at 2 a.m. religiously over a period of a few weeks. But really, that's really about it, guys.
Yeah, this is crazy, guys. People like this need to either be locked up in a jail cell or a fucking mental institute, because they're not all there, and that's scary, because those type of unhinged people can do really crazy things. That's all I got for this one, guys. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe button. Guys, we are closer than ever to our 100,000 subscriber goal. So if you're not subbed, go sub now. Our members channel is open. Come join, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.